Hi everyone, today we're going to go over some basic tips in Unity, including going over some terms and navigation and little shortcuts and little tricks that might be useful in the future. So we're going to go over what these little panels indicate first. So when you open Unity Hub, you open a project. Project is everything that's inside of this project, but not necessarily what you see on the scene. You can have multiple different scenes in one project. So in this one project, if I go to the scenes, I have this one scene where I have clouds and cats. And then if I go to a different scene, I have cups, but they're not necessarily connected. You can see that this is just the cups with a plane. And then this one, I have a completely different scene. So going back to the first scene, but everything that is in this scene is inside of this one project. And this is where you can see everything that is inside of one project. Also, this hierarchy, what is in here, equals to whatever is in your Finder, which is your computer file system. And so when you say project, and then this is where you want to drop everything like a 3D object in here, so you could have it in your project first before you bring it into the scene. So you can have it in your folder, actual folder in your computer. And hierarchy is whatever is in your scene. Imagine scene as like your room. We're in this cloud room right now. And everything that is inside of this room, this scene, is listed in hierarchy. So this cloud, this text, I'm gonna turn it off, was in here. This cloud is in here. All these cats are in here. If it exists here, it's listed here. And let's say that I want to specifically control this cloud, this one cloud. That's where you look at the inspector. And then you can turn this on and off, like a layer in Photoshop, to see it on and off. And this is where you also add component that only applies to one object in the scene, and whatever objects you find, you want to find, you find it in hierarchy. And also you will hear a lot of the terms if you watch other Unity videos. They say game object. It just means object. They just call it game object because it's an object in Unity, which is a game engine. Okay, now we're gonna go over Unity navigation. First, I'm gonna get closer, and to do this, I am scrolling on my mouse wheel, the middle wheel on your mouse, so you can zoom in and out with that. And I'm going to go around and I want to look at this cat. In order to do that, I'm going to press an Option key. And while I'm pressing it, I'm going to click on left on my mouse. And while I'm holding it, I'm going to drag my mouse. So Option, left on your mouse, and drag it around. You can go left, right, up, and down. If you want to look around and as a viewer you're standing, you can click on right on your mouse and just drag around. Notice how you're not moving as a viewer, but the viewport is moving. And there's also what's called fly-through mode. Let's go to that pink cat. We're going to click and hold our do the right click on our mouse and hold it, and then press on W. And then you can see how it's moving. I am holding my mouse on the right side, and then you can do D to go right, S to go back, We want to go forward, so I'll do W, and then A to your left, and E is to go up, and Q is to go down. Now, if we wanted to go like this, like hand grab view, then we're going to click on the mouse wheel, which is the middle mouse, click. And while you're holding it, you're going to drag it around to do hand grab view. Okay. There are different ways to zoom in and out. You can, as I mentioned, you can just scroll on your middle wheel on your mouse, but you could also do hold onto Option key and right click it and drag in and out. It's exact same motion. This is mouse wheel, and this is Option, right click, holding it and dragging it. If you want to zoom in and out faster, you can hold Option, right click on your mouse and press Shift as well, and it's way faster. This helps a lot when Unity is sometimes very slow at zooming in and out. Like right now is not that slow, but sometimes it gets really slow. So you can do Option, Shift, right click, and drag. It's much faster, but sometimes it glitches, so you have to change through different ways to zoom in and out. You can also use right arrow key to pan, left arrow key, right arrow key. Up and down is zoom also in and out. You can do Shift key while you're holding it, right and left, and this pans much faster, like that. And this is what you're going to use a lot. Let's say that you're way out here and you want to zoom into the pink cat. You can find the pink cat on your hierarchy right here, and you can press on F. It will zoom right into that object. Let's say, oh, actually I want to zoom into the orange cat. You can also double click the object, and then it will zoom right into it. And using mouse wheel, I can zoom out. Option and left mouse key, and I can look around. Okay, now that we went over Unity navigation, we're going to do a little shortcut for these menus. These menus are what you're going to use to change the game object. So let's say I want this cat to rotate. Or actually, let's do move first because we're in rotate. Then you can click on this icon and it moves around. And this will be rotation. But it takes a lot to go through this whenever if you're fine tuning, and it's just often you're going to really want to use a keystroke. So these, you can go through this by Q, W, E, R, T. Notice how you can just, they're all next to each other. So going back to the cat, let's move this down, and I want to rotate it and move it again, and see, you can do it much easily with using the keystrokes. Okay, now we're going to look at a little tips in using Unity. So let's go to the FBX, or you know what? Let's copy the pink cat, duplicate the pink cat. And so I click on the pink cat and pretend that I have imported this from a project. And for some reason, this was like way off. Um, I'm going to, actually, let's do like 5. Let's say I imported a 3D object and it's way off here. And I want to put it to position 000. You could go type it like this. Sorry, let me move that. But if you didn't want to type it, you can go to this 3 dots and then press on reset. And it will automatically put the cat at 000. And I surprisingly use this a lot. So I recommend using it. So this is where the 000 coordinate is, and it's right there. Reset. Wait, it wasn't. This is 000. So it is right there. I recommend using this a lot. I just use it a lot and it's just way easier. And also, I don't know if you saw, but you could change the position. You could change it like this, but you could also change it here. So if you hover on the edge of this box, you can, this changes into different icon. Your cursor changes to different icon and you can move it around like this. This also helps a lot when you fine tune it. I believe if you shift it, it changes faster. But that's also what I recommend. And just so you know, scale in Unity is relative to real world measurement. So 1 unit, this 1 unit equals to 1 meter. And for mass, 1 equals to 1 kilogram. And when we enter a game mode, you're going to press this play button. Now we're in the game mode. And what you need to know is that whatever you change in the game mode, you cannot save. So let's just say that, oh, I want to change the pink cat location. And I changed it like way out here, right? I stopped the game mode. It's back to where it was. I changed it to right here, but it came back to where it was because whatever you change in game mode, it won't reflect. It only works in the game mode. So you have to exit the game mode. So because of that, some people change their setting. So when they enter game mode, you see how the color for these panels have changed. You can set that up by going to Unity, Settings, Colors, and there's a Play Mode Tint. You can change this to whatever color you want. Let's say I did red. And now when I enter the game mode, it's now got a red tint. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to go over is a shortcut to change the names for your object in hierarchy. You are going to want to change your names a lot, and it's kind of tedious to have to right click it and rename every single time, which you could. But there are 2 other ways to do it. First is to press on the name and press on return key, and then name your object to whatever you want. This key is going to be different for Windows, so you will have to look that up. And another way to do it is you can click on the name and go down position. So again, you click on the name and go down position. But this only works if you or clicking an object that's already been clicked. So look at, like, I click on it and then I go down and nothing happens. But I click it again and then go down, and then now I can change the name. Again, twice, go down. Pink cat 2. Okay, this is it for today's tutorial. I hope it was helpful.